So we just released a new Ultralytics platform where you can do the full end-to-end pipeline in the computer vision system and project. You can have your data set, you can train the models, you can also deploy them in there. I'm going to show you each step now for automatic number plate recognition. Then at the end, we have our own deployed model in the cloud. We send an image to it, we get the results back with our number plate detections. So let's just jump straight into it here. This is the front page. It's at platform.ultralytics.com. We have a data set on the left side, so that's going to be our number plate. You can see all the values that you need for your data set. You have your classes, you have your different charts, so you can see distribution of your data. If you have multiple classes, you can also see the class distribution and so on. You can have multiple different models connected to your data set, so you can do multiple iterations and keep refining your model. Then it will just be a one-click deployment after, and you can use it in your own project and application to start send request to. So we have our data set. It's already labeled. All we have to do is just click new model. All the base models are available from Ultralytics 26, 11, V8 and also V5, and all the versions and variations of nano, small, medium, large and extra large. Segmentation, classification, we have the detection up here for bounding boxes, we have post estimation and also RNA bounding boxes at the bottom. Let's just go with the YOLO26 nano model. We now need to choose our data set. You can set up a new project here. I'm just going to use the example project. So pretty much here, you can drop in, if you have already existing files, you can drop them in here, keep the experiments and models organized in that way. You will get a URL that you can share with people. You can have it public, but also private. I'm going to use the example project. Let's just train it for, let's say, 50 epochs. It's going to do auto batching if you specify -1. Image size, we're going to keep that. You can either use the local training or the cloud training as well. So this one is going to pull all your data set from the cloud and train locally, but it's also very cheap to train on the Ultralytics GPUs in here because it's just training so fast. Just make sure that here it says almost $3, but it's also 21,000 images. When you're training your initial models, you might have a few hundred images, maybe a few thousand. So that will be 1/10 of the price here. So pretty much free to train. And it's also just because it's training so fast with the YOLO models. You can also choose whatever GPU you want. You can play around with them and see the estimated cost. So here on an A100, it might be a bit cheaper. Here and also faster, L40S is going to be roughly the same time and also be a bit cheaper. So you can choose whatever GPU is available and is good for your case. So let's just go back here. Let's take the A100 again. There we go. It's going to be $2 and it's going to take around 1.5 hours to train. This is pretty cool. That's all we have to do. We can hit start training and then it's going to start the training run. We will get all the metrics logged while it's running. You can see your training configuration with all your hyperparameters. It's going to start the training process. You can see your train. You can see your predict after. You can export into the optimized frameworks as we have full videos covering. So this is just all the tasks supported with Ultralytics framework. And you can also deploy it at the end. So once you have the model, we can deploy it here. One-click deployment. We can have a Python script sending request with the images for our number plate recognition system, and we get the results back that we can then use in our own projects. So yeah, it has just started the process. It has started the training progress. We can go grab a coffee. Let's get back here, take a look at the training results. Once it's done, deploy it and test it out. So our model is now done training. It only took like around maybe 20-25 minutes. You can see here, 30 minutes, and we pretty much have a perfect model. So 99% mean error precision of 0.50. We have very high precision, very high recall as well, so we're pretty much getting all our detections. You can go in and see all the training runs, so we can see the metrics, we can see our precision, recall, how they're going up over time, and after the 50 epoch, our model has pretty much converged. We can see that it has plateaued and flattened out. You can probably have started around 30 or so, but it's always better to just train a little longer, and it will still save the best weights in there. So we have everything. You have the precision recall curves in the exact same way as the run folder if you run it locally, but here you just have everything visualized in a nice way. You can see the console, you can see the system, so you can see all the metrics that you would ever need, the GPU temperature, GPU utilization, everything is available. So now we can run prediction. You have a few examples that you can test out. Let's just try this one. It's gonna send the request and get the response back in the exact same way as when we deploy the model and test it out locally. So pre-processed inference 200 milliseconds. This is just running on a CPU, and all the inference predictions and so on that you're running with the deployed models is free because it's just running on CPU. It's very, very good, and it also detects the best data centers near you, so you have the lowest latency. So around 210 milliseconds it took to get this image sent to the cloud, get the responses back. So this is pretty good if you have like an automatic number plate recognition system like this. It's more than fine to wait like 200 milliseconds before the gate goes up. We can see this is the response that we get back. Image shape, the speed, and also the results, so we can extract everything. Then we could feed this into an OCR model, extract the actual number plate, and then we can match it against a database, and we actually have an automatic number plate recognition system for a parking space. This is pretty cool. You can see the API documentation if you want to test it out with Python, JavaScript, curl. Now if you just want to test it out here in curl, but this is how you would integrate it into your actual application and project. So what we need to do now is just go in. You can export the model into all of these different formats. As we know, we have videos covering it. Let's now go inside deploy. So it's going to scan your different region latency. It's just measuring the latency to here to 43 regions. It's just going to take a bit before it comes back, and then you can see the actual results. So the closest for me is Doha. I get around 140 milliseconds latency. It should be lower, like probably around 50, 60 or something like that. But then you can just choose the closest to you to deploy your model so you get the fastest inference speeds. There we go, the deployment has been started. It's just going to take a bit and we can start use it in our applications and projects. So while it's just deploying, we can go in and take a look at the Python script on how we can run it. You will have your URL, you will have your API key. This will delete it before it goes live. But again, this is all you need. You will get this in documentation and also just an example that you can copy paste. So you have your URL, you need to hit the request to. You have your API key, you have your image directory. So let me just specify the correct one that I have locally here. It's going to have an output directory with our runs. We can set up our arguments to the Ultralytics platform. So confidence, intersectional union, image size. We can specify all these things through the request to. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our image bytes and then we're going to create a request. We have our URL, we have our headers with our authorization, we have our bearer token with our API key, we have the arguments to our inference, and we also have the files here, which is just going to be a JPEG image in image bytes. Then we can visualize the results that we're getting back again. This is just utility functions for drawing the bounding box. We can have an EasyOCR reader, so we can read the actual text. We're just going to get the number plate detection, and then we need to read the actual text of it. So we're going to have an image list. We're just going to take all the images in this folder. I just have a folder here with 10 images with all different cars and number plates that we want to recognize. So it's going to run through all of them. It's going to read in the image with OpenCV. We're going to encode it here into JPEG format. So we're just going to have our buffer with our image bytes. This is what we need to send into our get results from platform with our API request. So if the response is good, if it's okay, we can then extract all the results from our response in the exact same way as we saw on the platform. We can extract the bounding box coordinates, our confidence, our class name. We can calculate the padded coordinates. We process the OCR, so we just resize it, we threshold it, then we read the text with our OCR model, EasyOCR. We concatenate the plate text, we draw a bounding box, and that's everything that we have to do. So let's go in and create a new API key. All we have to do is just go in and swap it out. And again, this one will be deleted after we're done running it. So now we just need to run our Python script, and it's just going to run it through, send the images to the cloud, get the results back, and we're good to go. There we go. We can see we got a prediction. The OCR scanner here is a bit off. We can see there's no 7. I don't know where it's getting that from. We can hit N on our keyboard. It will go to the next one. So 300 SL 1957. It's good to go. There we go. That's a good one. Here we have Roma, it's also correct. Oh, we've got a one here at the end, which was not correct. You can also feed this into like Paddle OCR, VLMs, like usually you will just use in VLM. You can also use someone like the GMF4, the new model, run that locally, and they can also do the OCR scanning and will probably be better than these ones. So again, we're pretty much just getting all the detections. I'm just going to run them through. You can do whatever you want with it, but here we can see it has now printed it all out to the terminal. Inside our runs folder, it has saved the images with our detections. This is how we can set up a full computer vision system end to end, and you could see how fast we've actually getting the detections. I was just going next, next, next. So it's really cool. It's free to run. Definitely go in and check it out. Everything will be down in the description. Hope to see you guys in one of the upcoming videos. Until then, happy predicting.